You ever wonder how your phone just unlocks with a glance? Or how Netflix always seems to know exactly what you want to watch next? Well, the answer to all of that is artificial intelligence. And it's not some far-off future tech. It's already woven into, well, pretty much everything we do. So today, we're going to demystify AI. We're going to break down the fundamentals piece by piece so you can see what it is, how it learns, and, why it's changing absolutely everything.
So here's our game plan. We're going to build this kind of pyramid of understanding. First, we'll lay a really solid foundation, what AI actually is. Then, we'll add the next layer, exploring its senses. After that, we'll peek inside the brain to see how it learns. And finally, we'll get to the very top, the super critical ethical questions that are going to define our future with this tech.
All right, let's dive in. We got to start at the beginning. Before we even get to the cool stuff like self-driving cars and crazy algorithms, we need a solid foundation. There's just so much noise out there about AI, so let's cut right through all of it with one simple, clear idea.
At its heart, AI is really just this, the ability of a machine to learn patterns and make predictions. I love the way the source material puts it. Think of it as a smart helper. It's not here to replace us or our decisions, but to add to our judgment. By sifting through tons of complex information, learning from all of it, and taking care of tasks that free us up to think bigger. Now, to really wrap your head around it, it actually helps to know what AI isn't. Think about a basic fan or a calculator. They just follow a fixed set of rules, right? You press a button, it does one specific thing. But a smart washing machine, that's a whole different ballgame. It senses the load and actually adapts its settings. That ability to learn, to adapt, to make a judgment call, that's the key difference.
Okay, so we've got our foundation down. The next layer of our pyramid is all about perception. How does an AI actually make sense of the world around it? Well, it does it through what we can think of as its senses. 3 core ways it processes all the information we throw at it.
So these 3 senses are really 3 big fields. You've got data science, which is all about finding meaning in numbers. Then there's natural language processing, or NLP for short, which helps machines understand human language. And finally, computer vision, which literally lets machines see the world. Let's do a quick flyby of each one.
First up is data science. This is basically the art of digging through massive piles of data to find hidden gems, those valuable insights and patterns. People often call it the new oil, and for good reason, it's incredibly valuable. When Amazon suggests a product you might love based on what you've bought before, that's pure data science right there.
Next, we have natural language processing, NLP. This is the magic that lets computers understand and speak our language. Think about a customer service chatbot that actually gets what you're asking, or how Google Translate can just instantly flip one language to another. Yep, that's NLP.
And the third sense is computer vision. This is literally what it sounds like, giving computers the ability to see. For an autonomous car to drive down a busy street, it has to see and identify everything: pedestrians, other cars, stop signs. That's a perfect real-world example of computer vision doing its thing.
All right, we have our foundation and the AI senses. So now it's time to add the next crucial layer to our pyramid. We're talking about the brain. Let's go inside and really try to understand the mechanics of how these machines actually learn.
This is the big question, right? We know AI can learn from data, but what does that process even look like? How does it get from just a bunch of raw information to making these intelligent predictions? Well, the answer is kind of like a set of Russian nesting dolls. So let's start with the biggest doll, the highest level. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the whole universe. It's the entire field, covering any technique that lets a computer mimic human intelligence in any way, shape, or form. It's the broadest term we have. Now, inside that giant universe, there's a specific galaxy called machine learning, or ML. This is a subset of AI, and instead of programming a computer with a million explicit rules, ML is all about creating algorithms that let the computer learn directly from data. This is where the actual learning happens. And then, nestled inside machine learning, we find an even more powerful approach called deep learning. This is a special type of ML that uses these really complex structures called artificial neural networks. And get this, they're directly inspired by the connections inside our own brains. This is the engine behind so many of today's mind-blowing AI breakthroughs.
So how do these neural networks even work? Well, on a simple level, they're built in layers. You've got an input layer that takes in all the data, then these hidden layers in the middle that do all the heavy lifting in complex calculations, and finally, an output layer that spits out the final prediction. It's this brain-like structure that unlocks such incredibly powerful learning.
So, we've made it. We're at the top of our pyramid. We've seen what AI is. We've seen how it works. And now we have to talk about what is, without a doubt, the most important part, the ethical side of things. Because this isn't just about cool tech. It's about the very real human impact. This quote right here, it's chilling. And it shows you exactly what's at stake. An AI system that was designed to help people ended up just reinforcing harmful biases and gave Black patients a lower standard of care. This isn't some science fiction problem. This is a real-world consequence we have to face right now.
So you have to ask, where does this bias even come from? And the key thing to get is that it can creep in from all over the place. It can come from the data we feed the AI, which, reflects our own society's biases. It can come from flaws in how the algorithm itself is designed. And it can even come from the developer's own unconscious biases.
So, knowing the risks, where do we go from here? How do we build AI that isn't just powerful, but is also fair and transparent and responsible? Well, the answer lies in sticking to a clear set of principles.
To build AI the right way, we really need to focus on 5 key pillars. We need explainability, so we're not just dealing with a mysterious black box. We have to demand fairness, making sure it doesn't just copy and amplify human bias. It needs robustness so that it's reliable and secure. We need transparency about how and why it's being used. And last but not least, it absolutely must respect our privacy and protect our data.
In the end, this is the question that we're all left with. An AI isn't some objective, separate thing. It's a mirror. It's going to reflect the data, the values, and the biases of the society that creates it. So as we're building these incredibly powerful tools, the most important question we have to ask ourselves is this: what values do we actually want to teach it?